Let me give you a corporate story which will sum up all this. We have got three characters here. One is Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple. Second is Jeff Williams. He was the COO of Apple the time when they launched the iPhone. And the third is Wendell Weeks, who was the CEO of Corning, which was one of the largest glass manufacturers in the world. The setting was 2007 January 6th, if I remember correctly. Steve Jobs had just launched the iPhone, which people in the hindsight say that it was one of the best ever product unveilings in the history of mankind. Right after the launch, Steve calls up Jeff Williams. He says, Jeff, I've been moving around with this phone for the last 3 days before the Macworld event, and the phone scratches. We need glass. Remember, at that time, there were no smartphones, so there was no big screen. This was the first time the big screen was getting introduced. So he says, it scratches, and we need glass. Vic said, yes, Steve, I have also seen that. But given the current technology and the way things are developing, it will take about 3 to 4 years, but within that, we will have the glass. Steve says, Weeks, you don't understand. This phone is going to get shipped in June. In June, it has to be glass. I will give you this in a very simple, formula. It is team productivity is equal to potential productivity plus synergy minus process loss. Now, once you create that psychological safety, right, what happens is diverse opinions come out, diverse viewpoints come out. Without diverse opinions, without diverse viewpoints, new ideas will not come, synergy will not flow. Process loss happens when there is ambiguity between goals, roles, and expectations. Once you have a compelling direction and a clear purpose, there is no process loss. We all know about the famous Cuban Missile Crisis and President Kennedy's style of leadership, which is, how to prevent groupspeak. I will like to refer to the, Peter Lencioni model, 5 dysfunctions of a team. We all know that, but trust is the bedrock. That's the first dysfunction leading to the rest. And I will give you examples of 2 teams from NASA. The first team was the Tiger team, which was handling the Apollo 13 mission, which was known as the successful failure. Why? Because they abandoned the landing on the moon and used that lander as a lifeboat to get the 3 astronauts back to Earth safely, right? The other was the Columbia team. The debris assessment team of Columbia, they had each of those 5 dysfunctions, as a result of which Columbia exploded once it entered the atmosphere of the Earth. And we lost all 7 astronauts. So this is what we understand by team and team management, etc. Next important thing to learn from musicians are the focus and concentration. You see them, whenever they're singing, their eyes closed, they get immersed into the subject. So what is concentration? How many of you tell your son or daughter कि पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दे, या if they are playing, learning some instrument कि तबले पे ध्यान दे, या playing some football पे ध्यान दे, खाने के time में ध्यान दे? How many of you tell that to your children? Can you raise your hands? All the mothers mainly. Okay. How many of you have listened to this from your parents when you were young, when you were kids? All of you? Okay. Has anybody taught you how to concentrate? Yes? Anybody? Nobody has taught you? See, if you have to ride a bicycle, somebody has to teach you, how to ride a bicycle. Otherwise, how will you ride a bicycle? So if you have to concentrate, somebody has to teach you how to concentrate. That means none of you know how to concentrate and you are telling your children कि पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दे. कैसे ध्यान दिया भाई? मैंने तो सीखा नहीं. स्कूल में ऐसा कोई क्लास नहीं था जहां पे once a week people have taught us how to concentrate. So we don't know how to concentrate. So if we don't know how to concentrate, we don't concentrate. So what is the opposite of concentration? Distraction. Right? Now, suppose I want to win Indian Idol. Music में मेरे को इंडियन आइडल जीतना है, राइट? सो आई गो टू अनु मलिक एंड आई टेल हिम कि सर मेरे को जीतना है. सो व्हाट विल अनु मलिक टेल मी? आ जाओ मेरे साथ रियाज करो, प्रैक्टिस करो. दैट इज व्हाट ही विल टेल मी. 6 months I will do riyaz with him. Will I win Indian Idol? Yes or no? We don't know. Acha, 1 year. Okay. So I will do for 1 year. Will I win? What is the guarantee that I will win after I practice with Anu Malik? Selection committee. Acha, okay. See, what will happen is, after 1 year, one thing is certain. I will be good in music. Whether I win Indian Idol or not, I'll be good in music. Why? Because I have practiced. So now coming back, we don't know what is concentration. We are getting distracted. Okay? And we are practicing distraction for 18 hours a day. 8 hours we are sleeping. So what will happen after 6 months? We will become good in distraction. After 1 year, we will become stalwarts in distraction. Maybe after 1.5 years, people will call me to give keynote on distraction. So that is what will happen. So what is concentration? So let us understand what concentration is and how to concentrate. To understand concentration, we'll have to understand the mind. See, we have manuals for everything. We have manuals for telephones, we have manuals for laptop. The mind is the most important thing in this universe, but there is no manual. So let us understand the mind. And to understand mind, we have to understand two things. One is awareness and another is the mind. Awareness is, let us assume that it's like a ball of light which is moving around. Okay? That is awareness. And mind is a vast space which has got different areas. One area is for love, another area is for hate, another area is for anger. And this ball of light is moving around, and whichever area it goes, it lights up that area and we get that feeling, right? That we are happy. We are actually not happy. It has actually gone and lighted up the area which is happiness, or it has lighted up the area which is anger. See, suppose you go to a movie, 3 hours, right? Certain scenes are there where you feel happy. Certain scenes are there where you feel mushy. Certain scenes are there where you feel scared. It happens, no? So what has actually happened? You have paid 300 rupees or 400 rupees and allowed the director to take your awareness and shift it from one area to another area the way he wanted. And you have gone through all these different emotions. And then when the lights come up, you say, wow, what a beautiful movie. Concentration, by definition, is the art of keeping this ball of light in a particular area for a specific period of time. Whenever it moves away, bring it back. That is what concentration is all about. We talk mindfulness, no? Something similar. Now, so this is concentration. Do you agree? So what is innovation? Innovation is like the world which we know, right? A lot of leaders, they feel that we know everything. We know the world. It's a circle of knowledge we are talking about. We know every centimeter of the circle. We know our competitors, what they are capable of. We know about our customers, what they want. We know about our company, what we can produce. We know our strengths, weaknesses. We have our strategy. We have our plans. We know everything. There is nothing much to know. A lot of companies, they base their entire business plan on the status quo. But there is something beyond the earth also, which is the solar system. So one day, one leader decides to walk to the periphery of the circle of knowledge, and suddenly his vision expands to a new circle of possibility. However, here also he can't see a big portion of the bigger circle. He can only see a part of the circle. Why? Because there is something beyond the solar system also, which is the Milky Way. So he decides to walk out of his comfort zone to the periphery of the bigger circle, and his vision expands. However, there is still a big portion which he can't see, because there is something beyond the Milky Way also, which is the universe. So therefore, he requires a 360-degree vision. He needs to rotate and revolve at the same time. And while he needs to rotate and revolve at the same time, he needs to also increase the diameter of the circle to a bigger circle and to a bigger circle. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a world of possibility. A lot of leaders, they love this world of possibility. They enjoy it. A lot of leaders are threatened. A lot of leaders, they feel that this is imaginary, this doesn't exist. But it is this world of possibilities that become a reality someday, and they change the world. So what are the sources of this possibility? Some ideas, some notions, some unexpected connection, some imagination. So at some point of time, fire was a possibility and it became a reality. So was the wheel. So was the automobile, which changed the way the entire world works. So was the computer. And so was the internet. So innovation by definition is the way you create new sources of value by transforming possibility into reality. That is what innovation is all about. Now we all like equations, right? So let's write it as an equation. Innovation is equal to invention. Let's wait here, because a lot of people confuse innovation and invention as one. They are not one, ladies and gentlemen. They are not the same, because invention by itself does not create a value. Somebody or some company, some organization needs to commercialize an invention to make it an innovation. So innovation is equal to invention times commercialization. Why it's times? Because if there is no invention, that is if it is zero, then there is no innovation. And if there is no commercialization, so that is zero, there is invention, still there is no innovation. So it's basically invention times commercialization.